Hi, I'm Jane. I am a social worker and a yoga facilitator, and today I'm going to be talking about sleep. So welcome to this moment. I believe that, and there's science behind this, that sleep is one of the most, if not the most important thing for our mental health. So the question is, with all that is going on in our individual lives and collectively, how are we supposed to get a decent night's sleep? So as per usual, I'm going to do the best I can to hold space for a complex topic. Sleep comes when the mind and body come together to say in its own loving way, yes, it is time to restore, it is time to rest. But we have to be really intentional about our relationship to sleep. So sleep hygiene would refer to really being aware of your last cup of coffee and making sure that you know your edge. Sleep hygiene would be aware of when you need to shut down your social media, shut down your news feed, and say, enough, it'll be waiting for me. Sleep hygiene would mean that you have a regular sleep schedule, quote unquote regular. We aren't robots, we don't live by specific schedules, but some of you are night owls. I'm a morning person. I like to go to bed early. I used to have weekends where I'd go to bed later. That's not true anymore typically as an older person, but try and get your sleep schedule as regular as you can. These are sleep hygiene tips. When you are getting ready to go to sleep, you want to self-evaluate what's happening in my mind, my thoughts, and where's my body at? Like literally, you want to take a moment and self-evaluate. So we're going to address both. And with the mind, I'm going to make a recommendation, and I'll put these in the notes on the YouTube channel for you don't have to write anything down. But I'm going to recommend that you use a couple of journal prompts. So for instance, the first prompt that you might want to write if your mind feels preoccupied is, this I accept. This I accept. What in your life do you or do we collectively need to accept? So we need to accept the pain in our lives. We need to accept that we're living through trying times with the pandemic, and I'm not here to make you anxious now. So let's take a breath together through the nose. But we also can't numb or deny what is happening, because in the truth of our pain, we settle, we can settle, we could figure out what we need to do. And that is going to be another video. So again, let's take a breath together. What do you need to accept for tonight as you prepare for bed? And just jot that down. It doesn't mean you like it. It means you're moving toward acceptance. So in the writing, you're opening up the door toward acceptance. The next prompt is, what do I need to release? And releasing is about, here we are in this moment. What happened today that felt off, that felt wrong, where I didn't think I showed up as my best self? Might you release that as you prepare for bed? Self-forgiveness. We make mistakes. To err is to be human. What are you willing in this prompt to release? Where we get stuck is we come back to the mind and we don't. And so we have to have messaging for what we're releasing. No, thank you, for instance. So if the thought comes up, no, thank you, I'm releasing you. So really engage with what you're releasing with compassion. The third prompt is, what do I need to address tomorrow? And that's compartmentalization. So we know we have stuff on our mind. We know we have things we have to do that maybe we didn't get done. Compassion. Jot down the things in the third prompt that you'll do tomorrow. This is messaging for the mind and body that it's going to be there in the morning. And the fourth is a being. It's not a doing. It's now we rest. now we rest. So we're welcoming the mind into the present moment and inviting deep rest. When we look at sleep as starting with deep rest, we're not trying so hard. It's almost the opposite. If you try so hard to sleep, you stay up. I'm going to take a breath through the nose. Long exhalation out through the mouth. This deep belly breathing with a long exhalation is the beginning of slowing your nervous system down. So we've talked about the mind and these journal prompts. So I'm thinking about the body, and I have an idea. So when you come to bed, the question is, if you are anxious, you want to begin to shake it out. Acknowledge, I've got so much tension in my body that I need to get it out. Ha, H-A-H breath. Ha, release. You might sweep off the struggles of the day. You might do a forward bend. Forward bend kicks in parasympathetic, or the calm nervous system. So I'm bending my knees, my fingers are touching, I'm hanging my head, and I'm saying relax and release to myself. Ha. And I'm just staying here, and if that's a struggle for you, you can just lift because of any strain in the lung area, you might just stay here and and bring the neck down, look down. The eye gaze is down and calm. And now I'm going to come back slowly, one vertebrae at a time. So I'm releasing the angst of the day physically. And I come back to my bed, and I think about my body is beginning to get into place. What are some of the techniques that we can do to build sleep hygiene? So I've come up with a couple of tips. So rituals. Having a hot tea that is this is a Valerian sleepy time tea, or chamomile. So Valerian and chamomile are really wonderful herbs. Now, I am not a doctor. You want to make sure that Valerian is stronger than chamomile, as I understand it. And I think in tea, you'll be okay. Valerian does come in other formats, like in pill format, that is pretty strong for sleep. But please check out with your general practitioner if that is okay. But a hot tea each evening. The news is off, the social media is down or on do not disturb. And a hot tea with this little journal could be a really wonderful ritual to start to improve your relationship to sleep, and beginning to notice where your shoulders are. Begin to notice your breath. I was told years ago by my general practitioner about a product called, it's Dottera essential oils. And this is called Serenity. And she said, Jane, why don't you pick up some Serenity and just put some essential oil on the bottom of your feet? So I sometimes do it. I am not recommending you go out and get this, although it's an option, but I am recommending you take some, any type of lotion you have in your cabinet, and just begin to work on your feet with your thumbs into your feet, and just massage your feet with some self-compassion and self-soothing in this moment. Thank you, feet, for serving me all day, and just do that as a bedtime ritual. I wanted to make a recommendation of music in the background, and it is Max Richter. It was recommended to me years ago. He is on my playlist as sleep music. Sometimes I use Max Richter. Again, I'll put that in the show notes. But you have what works for you. So sensory, right? What music feels soothing for you? What smells like lavender feels soothing for you? What tastes like chamomile can soothe you? How can, I should have brought my eye thing in, but I have a weighted eye mask. It's like made with like a beanbag, and I'll put my eye mask on. And the weight on my eyes is soothing for the nervous system. I also have, and some of you who work with me know about Orleans. So this is my stuffed animal. And if you're feeling rolling your eyes and making a judgment now, it works for me. I am a grown adult and it works for me. So why? So Orleans is soft. He is sprayed with lavender. He is my object, if you will, my invitation to sleep, like dare I say, my security blanket. I'm feeling secure, and yet Orleans, I put his little paws on my eyes, and it's sleep time for me. So he's a tip for me, and he works for me. You might be interested, you might not. I honor you. Figure out which tip feels right for you and which tip doesn't. When you get into bed, you want to make mind and body one, and you want to move your attention from an active mind with a mantra of right here, right now, rest. Right here, right now, rest. So you've done your journaling work. Right here, right now, rest. And that is going to be the framework. And then you're going to move your attention to the body. Move it to the feet. Move it to the back body. You know we can pay attention to where we move attention. So what's happening is you're saying calm mind, right here, right now, rest, and moving your attention to the body. The body becomes a resource for sleep. I would like to read, I have a book, Wellsprings. I'll put it in the show notes as well. And Anthony DeMello writes a poem called Surrender. I'm just going to read the last few lines because it's so apropos before I do a guided meditation that I will leave you with here. Let go each time you breathe out with the awareness that all will be well. Let all anxieties cease and let peace take over. For in his hands and in his will is our peace. His metaphorical for whatever you believe in. We begin to ask the universe to be peace in this moment. Things will wait for tomorrow. We will wake up stronger when we rest tonight. We must restore our nervous systems. We must rest to have the energy to show up again tomorrow. Please rest, my friends. So as you lie down on your bed, you might grab a really comfortable blanket now. I'm going to close my eyes as I invite you to begin to settle in this moment, using the breath and the mantra right here, right now, rest. And begin to focus on your feet. Begin to focus on the toes, the top of the feet, the bottom of the feet. Relax to your feet and gratitude. Move your attention up to the front of the legs, so the calves, the shins. Moving your attention just to shins. Move your attention up to the top of the legs, the thighs, the front and the back. Soften the thighs. Soften the hips. Relax into your bed. The pelvic region begins to relax. The belly is soft and ready to let go into active or deep relaxation. Just relax, my friends. Soften the belly. You might want to draw circles on your own belly as you nourish with compassion this belly that holds so much. Move your attention to the back body. Soften your back body in this moment. Move your attention to the shoulders. Let the shoulders rest easy. Move your attention to the upper arms, the lower arms, and the hands. Notice how you can pay attention to these hands right now. Move your attention to the neck and the face. Soften the face. Soften the whole head. Now the whole body, and picture a soft pastel light surrounding your whole body. And with every inhale, peace. With every exhale, rest. With every inhale, nourishing, calming energy. With every exhale, just release. In this moment, dear universe, serve me to deeply rest. In this moment, dear universe, serve me to deeply rest. With every breath in, peace. With every breath out, release. Resting here, letting this moment find ease, resting here, right now, ease, right here, right now, ease, right here, right now.